What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So today we're going to be checking out the Vampirella 1/3 scale statue by Prime 1 Studios and PCS. Quick little comparison between the two, because these are the only two Vampirella 1/3s in the market. More or less, the PCS is a budget version, more budget friendly. It's $900. It's also shipping in a few months, so it's August to October. Now, there is definitely some advantages to the PCS one. It's less wide. It's only 15 inches wide, 13 inches deep. It's also taller, which can be both good or bad thing depending on your height. Usually it's a lot harder to display wide stuff and deep versus height, I find. So I think this will be more, easily displayable. Now, I do like the PCS one. I think it looks good. The things I wish PCS did better. I mean, first off, they did a great job on her rack. That looks awesome. It has one bat flying out of this pool, like she's creating bats, is how I view that. And the base, I like the skulls in the bottom. I am not a fan of the classic portrait. I think it looks horrible. Overall, the body sculpt is great. I do like the pose with the knee up, or like the one leg. It looks great. Her ass looks awesome. The PCS is great at sculpting women. I have their Melina, their Katana, very sexy statues. So I hate that right portrait. That looks horrible. The left one does look good. It's probably like a 7 out of 10 portrait. I think it looks pretty good, but it does feel like the eyes are a little bit too wide. The hair could use a little bit more refined detail, but it's definitely much better than that right one, which just looks weird as fuck. The outfit looks decent, could use a little bit more detail, and you'll see why with Prime 1. The bat looks pretty good. You have a translucent, water effect it's flying out. So she's obviously making bats. And it looks like Sideshow's website just crashed. So let's go to Prime 1. So Prime 1, $1,600. Now, Sideshow's the $905, plus you have tax. Although this, considering Vampirella, you could order this through a retailer if you wanted to avoid tax. But let's just call it $1,000 shipped. Now this one, shipping costs will likely increase in the 2+ years it's gonna ship. But let's just call it $100. So it's $1,700. So it's $700 more premium to get this one. So nearly double the cost. 1,000 versus 1,700, nearly double. This one does not include a switch out portrait, no switch outs at all. What you do get is a Vampirella little nameplate. Now these are things you can buy for a 3D printed version, $35. So it's cool, but having switch outs is definitely far better. And I'm just not sure what's going on with my internet right now. Maybe it's just my internet, Jupiter. Come on. Yeah, this is limited to 1,000 PCSs. PCS also has Purgatory and Deja Thoris. Oh my goodness, why is this not loading? I'm just gonna pause the camera until this loads, folks. Alright, so we got it to go. So this is designed by Stanley Art Germ Lau, and this is based off a comic cover art, but more or less there's the statue. So there's definitely a lot of things I like more about this statue. The base I do like quite a bit more. This has skulls as well, but it also has snakes going through the skulls. I also like the portrait substantially more. The hair is more refined, the eyes look better, the more spread apart, just a much more attractive looking face. Her fingers are in between the hair. She has a little bit of blood on her mouth from drinking blood. She is a vampire. In addition, just look at the outfit. It looks like real leather, which I just think looks really well done. Check out that base. Sick looking. You got that snake going through skulls. PCS is just a ton of skulls compiled at the very bottom. Which is cool, yes. But, just the overall base, I think this just looks much better. Even has a semi underbase with some sort of logo. This one is wider. It's only about 22 inches tall, 22 inches wide, not too deep. So it's definitely very manageable. You know, and I like all the skulls and snakes on the base. I think it really adds a lot to the piece. The chair also looks incredible. Super detailed. You got that like robe she's laying on. You know, so check out her outfit. I do think the actual like material, like on her covering her breast, looks better on this than the PCS. This just looks more, you know, detailed, more realistic. The skin tone and body sculpt also looks just generally better. You know, they use a translucent resonant prime one, so you're going to get just a better lifelike effect. That translucent resin is really going to come out in a 1/3 scale. The hair looks far superior. Yeah, like that's beyond sexy. So absolutely amazing. The only thing that PCS has on the sexiness factor is you're not seeing the ass here, which sucks. I mean, it's the downside of having her sit down. You're not seeing those assets, so that sucks. I also do like the way she's like squishing her boobies together in this one. You know, I feel like the cleavage is more formed, you know, on this one. You know, and this is definitely a statue you're buying for the sexy factor, you know. That is why you buy this. That's why so many girls cosplay as this, you know. It's the sex appeal, no doubt. Just like Red Sonja, it's a sex appeal as well. So, I mean, I do like this, but I think in general, the boobs and ass goes to PCS. Everything else goes to Prime 1, no doubt. The base, the concept, the portrait is so much better on Prime 1. The skulls look better. The ground looks fantastic. This one also has tons of like bats flying out, which also look much better. You know, the PCS has like one bat. This one looks like it has like maybe 8 to 10. There's also a cup, the blood, you know, that she was drinking. You know, that is the only angle you're going to get of that. That's it. So obviously PCS has the better, you know, assets there. But this looks freaking fantastic. Where the PCS one, it is kind of hidden, you know, like all you're seeing is a side angle due to the way that's done. So this Prime one has the advantage of. So, you know, the bats look fantastic. There's quite a bit there, and I like how they're flying. They're like almost translucent, but they look great. Big fan. Yeah, the couch looks great. Yeah, like look at that. Looks like leather. And I swear on my life, but it does look like they sculpted the nipple. You know, you see that right there? That looks like the nipple sculpt, which is awesome. You know, where PCS, it's kind of hard to say. I know PCS has sculpted nipples on their MK statues, you know, like the 1/4. The 1/3's hard to tell, but yeah, overall, though, I do think this is absolutely gorgeous looking. I am a huge fan of this. Now, I don't know anything about the character outside of it's a sexy vampire. Same thing as Red Sonja over there. It's a sexy red-headed warrior, and I've seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie with Red Sonja, which is like an okay 80s flick. But I've always just, you know, liked Red Sonja. I do like Vampirella as well. I think, you know, I wish they'd make movies and TV shows out of this. I am quite confident I would like this. So I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But I do also think this would be a great companion piece to my Red Sonja, both Prime 1. I know Vampirella and Red Sonja like team up in the comics, the Dynamite comics. I just can't get into comics. I have like ADHD. I start reading that thing, my mind's thinking about the things within seconds. I can't do it. So I will never read the comic. Hopefully there's a movie out, but this is definitely a piece that does interest me. Now, I don't plan to pre-order this personally, but I'm definitely going to be on the watch for it. The edition size, because right now it's TBA, so they're going to first see how many they can sell, then set an edition size. My guess is at least 1,000 to 1,500. No, this is quite an expensive piece, you know, because Red Sonja, which I think has a lot more going for it, was only $1,400. It came with swap out 2 different swords, an axe, a cape, and a giant snake. You know, there's definitely a lot more going on the Red Sonja piece versus this, and I think Red Sonja is a better statue. But, you know, obviously inflation, cost of everything, you know, realistically, this should be a $12.99 max. I blame inflation and possibly greedy Prime 1. Who knows? I don't think the licensing is that much for this, you know? So it's definitely most likely inflation. Plus, look at that time frame for shipping. Are you freaking kidding me? October to January 2024? They're already giving this like 2.5 years before it's even close to shipping. And you can probably expect a delay by then. So that is kind of, you know, a big turnoff. Like 2.5 years before you're even going to consider shipping this. You know what that also tells me is that Prime 1 is super backed up at their factories. Hence, you know, pretty much every statue is delayed. You know, and all just says shipping this year when they were supposed to ship 6 months ago. They're super backed up. That's why they're doing a 2.5 year freaking wait. But I personally will definitely keep an eye out on this piece. And potentially it might come to the Flankster Cave. We'll see. I'm not going to put any money down, but it definitely has, you know, my eye is on this piece because I like it a lot. And it definitely is very impressive. And overall, just a much better piece than PCS. But PCS, you know, if you're on a budget and you want a taller one, plus you want to, you know, check out that butt, then this is the one to get. I think this will be easier to display. I wish PCS just would A, start using translucent resin, because I don't think it costs that much more. B, they need to just put a little bit more work into their 1/3s. Like, they're good, but they're clearly budget 1/3s. You know, like, this is definitely very nice. But when you compare it to Prime 1, you know, like, Prime 1's a company, where PCS is like a B company. You know, it's an A versus a B. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on this Vampirella statue. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Now, if you are looking to pre-order this, like, you know 100% you're buying it, you might as well just pre-order it in case it does accidentally sell out or whatever. So if you are looking to buy it, I'm going to use a link in the description below. It's a referral link for Prime 1's website. It earns me, I think, referral points or something like that. But I'll leave a link in the description below. Please use that if I did influence you on purchasing this and you want to support my channel. And that is it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.